What's going on, guys? It's your boy Elisha here, and welcome back to God. This is the show where we discuss everything in the world of football from the past week, and by we, of course, I mean myself, your boy, yours truly, your highness, your dripness, your footballness, Elisha, and you, the wonderful, beautiful people of the world of football. Got a lot to talk about this week. Without further ado, let's get right to the business. First of all, I'm hype. Your boy's birthday was this weekend. I am finally 12 years old. I'm very happy to be entering this last year of preteens. So I'm excited. Turning 13 next year, so this should be a good one. Thank you to everybody who wished me a happy birthday. But now we are talking the Spanish La Liga. Messi, Griezmann, Barca, Atletico, Real, Getafe, Sevilla, all that. Yes, all that is back this week. La Liga is officially returned, and we are underway with a lot of controversial games already. A lot of great stuff happening, and the number one thing is Barca is playing with me. Barcelona lost their first game to Athletic Bilbao 1-0 from a not a regular bicycle kick, a bouncing bicycle kick from 38-year-old Honduras. 38 years old. This man came off the bench. He replaced Iñaki Williams, came up, ended the game, bicycle kick, bounced that, beat him bish right into that right corner of the goal. Ter Stegen could not save that. He just couldn't. 38 years old. This man is still producing magical moments for Athletic Bilbao, and he just absolute class. When he retires, it's going to be a very big loss for football, very big loss for La Liga especially. But speaking of replacing Iñaki Williams, Iñaki started that game, and he just signed an extension with Athletic Bilbao for 9 years. This man is going to be with this team until 2028. Now tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not seeing the numbers reported for what his salary actually is going to be. I mean, maybe it's just an extension of his current contract, but it's going to be about $130 million for his release clause. So if you want Iñaki, you're really going to have to be paying a lot of big bucks. But he's played a total of about 200 something games, little in the low 200 games for Athletic Bilbao, and he's only put about 49 or so goals for them, so not a lot. 27 assists. So I mean, I'm not really sure exactly why he's getting such a long extension. It's not the first time it's happened, but I'm really curious. He's a great asset, great player, speed's incredible, skills are incredible, so I can see why they will want to keep him. As to why they're keeping him for so long though, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe they see what he can do in the future, and maybe he's been this offseason showing that he's going to be a great asset to the team during this upcoming season. Anyways though, I'm happy for him. He got that bag secured until 2028, and I could not be more proud. Do your thing, young brother. Do your thing. But yeah, Barca's getting up to a very bad start, losing. Griezmann could not get his first La Liga goal with Barcelona this day, but it's the first game. It's still lot is, building up, getting your foot out there, really getting loosened up. But getting a great head start is always important. But to make matters even worse, Coutinho is now a Bayern Munich player. He went over there on loan. Now they don't have Coutinho, which a lot of people would say is not such a big a loss, considering he wasn't the best that we've seen him since he left Liverpool to come to Barcelona. So it's not such a great loss for a lot of people. Some people are blaming Valverde. Some people are saying because Messi was injured, that's why they lost. Like, Messi could have stopped that Honduras goal or something, but he could have scored probably. We don't know though. Ifs and buts are just non-existent after the whistle blows. So all that matters is he wasn't here then. He's recuperating. Hopefully he'll be back next week, and so Barca could get their first W of the season. But let's talk about their arch rivals. Real Madrid got their first win in their first game of the season. Benzema got himself a goal. Lucas Vazquez got a goal. Bale started that game, got an assist. A lot of people were thinking his relationship with Real Madrid, especially with Zidane, would be non-existent and he would be a bench warmer. But Real is not stupid. Zidane is not stupid. If the man can play, he is a top world-class player. So of course they're going to put him in the game. game, and he showed in that first game exactly what we all know, that he deserves to be a starter for Los Blancos. He got himself an assist. They're off to a great start. And on the other side of Madrid, Atletico also got themselves a win 1-0 versus Getafe, and the main man, the Portuguese bleeds, the Portuguese skis, the Portuguese cheese, João Félix, the magical man, got himself a goal. He won a penalty for them, nutmegs, injuries, everything. This man went through all the emotions during that game and won the game for Atletico 1-0 with his superb goal. And absolute man of the match performance from the young. And listen, that's what they bought him for. That's what they sold Griezmann for. They knew that they would get a solid replacement. And Simeone was feeling it. That's why I love Simeone, man. The game is at 94th minute. This man is hyping up the crowd. He's turning red. No eyebrows. It's absolutely going crazy. First of all, I think I might just go with that no eyebrow style, because I'm really liking it. I'm really feeling. And then the final whistle blew, and this man, no shaking the coach's hand, nothing, no celebrating with the players. He just ran to the locker rooms. Like, this man goes to all the emotions, and he's so entertaining. He's so passionate about this game. I love him. I don't care if he's playing against Barca, against any other team. I love the Simeone moments, grabbing his balls last year in the Champions League. Like this, I live for things like this. But now let's move on and go to England, and in the Super Cup, the European Super Cup final, Liverpool, as I said, against Chelsea, played that game, and Liverpool came out on top after a 2-2 thriller. Very, very exciting games. Goals back to back to back. You got Liverpool, you got Chelsea, Giroud scoring first from an assist from Pulisic, then Mane scoring, then bing and bang and bing and bang. Game going to extra time, and finally Adrian stopping the last penalty from Chelsea and winning their second European trophy of the calendar year of the calendar year, not the whole season, because this is a new season. I know that. Do you know that? I know that. Do you know that? Exactly. But yeah, man, congratulations to Liverpool. Great game from Chelsea. You would not have thought that they lost 4-0 to Manchester United a week prior to that, but they had an absolutely great game. But now let's talk about the game that's really making headlines, what everybody's been talking about. What really interests me in the Premier League is that City versus Spurs game. That City Spurs game was no joke. I mean, we got the VAR goal being disallowed from Gabriel Jesus. A tied game. Lucas Moura coming off the bench to score that header and securing the 1 point for Spurs. Man, this game had it all. Like, this is how I want the Premier League to be starting. This is, just like the La Liga is starting off on a bang, Premier League starting off on a bang. I'm liking it. Alisson injured, Adrian injured for Liverpool. They're struggling, but they're still getting that 3 points week in and week out. Not week in and week out. It's been only 2 weeks, but you get what I'm saying. So the Premier League is getting off to an entertaining start. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Arsenal getting themselves their 3 points for as long as they can beat these smaller teams. So it's super weird seeing David Luiz in that shirt and that red and white, but over time we'll get used to it. But so far, super entertaining weekend. But coming back to that City game, was the goal from Gabriel Jesus, was it a goal? Did VAR get it wrong? I'm saying VAR got it right. Was not a goal. Jesus, my man, you could complain all you want, but that was not. Gabby, baby, that was not a goal. VAR got it right. It was very close. It was very, very, very close. But some people are saying VAR is ruining the game, it's slowing it down. I absolutely don't think so, because number one, it's not slowing it down. First of all, these guys could use as much rest as they can. Like that, the momentum for the most part that I've seen hasn't been stopped, hasn't been ruined by VAR checks, and also, listen, it's human nature to make errors. VAR is not an exact science. It just kind of helps a little bit more, but as we've seen, there are mistakes that still happen with VAR. So don't worry about it. It's part of the game now. We can only embrace it and try to make the best of it. But also, the Bundesliga in Deutschland, Germany, as we call it here in the English language, has started. Bayern is off to a worrying start, drawing Hertha 2-2 this week, but it's okay. Like I've said, we're so used to these big teams getting their 3 points on an opening day, but it ain't that easy no more. It ain't that easy. Hertha was ready to get them up out of there. They was ready to get them up out of there. So it's not that easy. They lucky they got that 2-2 because they was ready for that 3 points. But on the other side, Dortmund got themselves that 3 points. Also 2 goals from Paco Alcacer, who was the super sub last year. Now he's a super starter, already banging in goals for the yellow boys. But like I've said, we've seen this occur before. Some teams get a strong start, they finish bad. Some teams get a bad start, they finish strong. So we can only wait. So far though, all the seasons have been starting out pretty well. I'm liking what I'm seeing. It's not boring football, and it makes me very excited for the upcoming season. And it transfers over into the other leagues. In the Ligue 1, Monaco doing what, you know, they've Monaco doing what they've been doing for, you know, across 2 seasons now, which is losing. My bad, it ain't no disrespect, but they lost to Metz. I don't know if it's Metz or Met. French, sometimes the letters are silent. That Z might be silent, but if it's not, it's loud, because they were loud because they beat Monaco 3-0 and they I know y'all heard the flow. I'm sorry, but sometimes I don't know where to go. But if you know that I know, then you must show that I glow. That was a little bars brought to you by your boy, yours truly, Pow. But also, let's get back to the football. PSG lost their game also 2-0 against Rennes, 2-1. Cavani was the only scorer for PSG. Hey, listen, I'm not saying they're missing Neymar. I'm not even gonna, the whole Neymar situation, let's just close it until there's actually some big news about this. But I'm gonna close it with this. There were some offers on both sides by Real Madrid and Barcelona. Nothing obviously that PSG has accepted. And now it's a little more difficult for Barca since Coutinho is left. And now Bale got a good start with Real. So things might be changing. It's not looking good for Neymar right now. It seems like he's probably going to stay the season or until the January transfer window with PSG. But if he wants to win the Champions League, then he's going to have to do it this transfer window, or else he won't be able to play Champions League with another team if he already starts with PSG. So there's a lot going on there. But let's close this, because right now it's dragging on for too long. I need concrete action. Either you stay or you go, or else I'm not talking about it no more. But what I do want to talk about is a team that's been killing it in Ligue 1. Lyon has been killing it. 2 games, 2 wins, 6 points. My son Depay getting them goals in. 2 goals from him, 2 goals from Moussa Dembele. 6-0 against Angers, bagging goals. They are here on a mission. They're not here to play with you. They're not here to play with you bums. They're here to win Ligue 1. This ain't no game. Like Memphis Depay said, fall back. Stop playing. Stop. Fall back. Fall back and watch Lyon do what they gotta do, because they're doing the do. Because when they do what they do and they're doing what they gotta do, then you gotta fall back. Do that. But in other news, and not so positive news, and that's something that we keep having to talk about season after season, year after year in football, is the violence that occurs, and it's really sad. In the Honduras League, Olimpia versus Montagua is basically like Real Madrid versus Barcelona. It's a very important game. It's clashing, and you know, I'm not trying to stereotype nobody, but in the South American leagues, it tends to get a little rough in between the supporters, and it seems that the Montagua bus was attacked, and they posted about it on Twitter about the damages that happened, and so a riot broke out in between the fans. Long story short, stabbings, shootings, 3 people dead, about 10 injured, little boy involved in the incident, which is absolutely unacceptable. Like, not just that there's a kid involved, bruh, but that you guys are literally risking your lives and putting each other at risk and ending people's lives. Like, do you understand how it sounds? Like, do I have to say it slowly that 3 people lost their lives, or 10 people in critical conditions, like a little boy's life, bruh, because of football, because grown men couldn't contain themselves couldn't just go to a game and enjoy themselves and watch it because he had to get. So what happens when you get, there's like politics involved in football, and there's like street rules and all of that stuff. Like, bruh, this is, at the end of it, I'm just as passionate. It's not a competition, but this is, football is like my whole entire life too. But bruh, like I wouldn't hurt nobody over this, and I wouldn't expect nobody to be hurting me over this. The players don't want that. The teams don't want that. Fans get way too carried away. Y'all need to chill with that. That's really, it's completely unacceptable. It should not be happening. And it's sad to say that even though I'm an optimist that it might probably happen again, it happens all the time, but the Federation, FIFA, really needs to cracking on that, just as they need to crack in on racism. This is like a big problem that needs to stop because people are dying, and it's really not cool. It's not okay at all. But on a much more positive news, super happy if this happens. I'm very excited for this man. Raheem Sterling reportedly has a deal coming in, $120 million shoe deal with Air Jordan, which will make him the first ever footballer to get a sneaker deal with, well, a boot deal with Air Jordan. That's super exciting, especially since the flack that he's been getting from the British media over the years, especially his past years, and him really doubling down on how much he's trying to affect change against racism and really speaking out against that. Listen, this will be an amazing deal. Nike, once again, doing big money moves with the right people. This is just, and this will be a great move for football culture overall. Getting Jordan involved in the things. You got Jay-Z partnering, Rock Nation partnering with Lukaku and managing him, not partnering, managing him. And you have Jordan also with their partnerships with PSG, which is just expanding football culture to a whole different level. You have Gull also making big moves, the best content in football. Football is just expanding and reaching new heights, and I'm here for all of it, man. I'm excited for the future of this game, for the future of football entertainment, because it's all going up from here. But that's pretty much gonna be it for this week in football from your boy from Gol. Thank you for watching the weekly show. Thank you for sticking around and really, you know, spending this time with me. I feel like, you feel me, y'all are in my arms right now. We chilling, we on the gold couch. We just, it's a vibe. It's a real nice vibe. But for real, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel, check out the music, check out the social media in the description, and I'll see you guys next time on Gol. Peace.